Important Podcast.
Yo, what up? Yo, what up? I said what's up?
That's it.
Welcome back to the We Important Podcast. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? Sorry. Welcome back to the We Important Podcast. It's another beautiful week, another day in the life of me, Q, here with my good friend, Jake Steffens.
What's good, boys?
And Harry.
Thanks, man. Such a great introduction, as always. The sun is shining,
It's
dark
beautiful,
days
man.
are gone, and seasonal depression is gone with it.
And we have never been happier.
Indeed.
We're all just thriving out here. Nothing bad is happening at all.
Do you believe in karma?
Everything is fucking great.
You believe in karma? Like jinxing, all that kind of shit? Bad karma, good
No,
karma?
not necessarily, no.
You don't believe in that shit?
I don't believe in karma outright, no.
I'm glad I'm not alone here. Because, like, I feel like there's a good amount of people that look at me and say, karma's coming for you. Like, you're fucked.
Well, that's why
Like-
I don't believe in it. 'Cause
Yeah, people say that a lot about you.
It would have come for us, Harry.
Like, if it's true, who's doing it? Is it God? Is karma proving that God's real? If it does exist? Like, is God going to come for my kids? And he's, like, just sitting there patiently? Like a hunter?
Relax with that.
Hey,
Now
dude.
you're scaring me, dude. Now I'm going to start doing nice things just because I'm afraid of karma.
And who's to decide what I'm doing is right or wrong? What if, like, all the things people say I did was fucked up was really just
Right.
what God destined me to do? And he's like, son, keep following the message of the Lord. You're doing great, Harry.
It sounds like a new religion being born.
I think I'm going to walk out of this one.
I'm convinced if I was born, like, around Jesus' era, Nazareth and all that,
You
I
guys
definitely
tight.
could have started my own religion. I could have got my own cult. There's not a question I could have got my own cult.
You could still do that now, man.
What people want to drink my blood?
I mean,
Would you?
if you made it interesting.
What do you mean?
I'm thinking some kind of interesting seance.
Oh,
I could entertain you.
Maybe some backstory.
I
You got
just-
to really sell me
I'm
on
just
it, man.
convinced if I
Salted rim.
Here's literally what I would do.
Yeah.
I
if you
would,
had the salted rim
Pink
blood,
umbrella. Come on.
well, how I would
Put me
first
on
do
a
it is
beach.
I would just show them all magic.
it's kind of cute.
I would convince all of them with my magic that I'm just another god. Imagine instead of water to wine, I make the fucking quarter disappear and pop out the other guy's ear. They're like, oh, that's real shit.
Just classic bar tricks.
Straight
In
up,
the year,
man.
like
Nowadays,
10 BC.
people be like, oh, you're such a virgin. Be like, yo, that's exactly what I'm aiming for.
I'm pure.
Exactly. Anyway, welcome back to the We Important Podcast. I'm your host, Harry,
That was
as well as
funny.
we got our co-host, Q. And as always, we have our most important guest. We got Jake Steffens on tonight.
What's
What's
up,
going
what's
on,
up?
Jake?
Not much, brother. How are you?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Hey, Jake, as always, before we get this started, I know the original plan was we were actually going to have Hannah on, and she got sick. But we're really glad you were able to come on here, and we're able to actually do an OG-style episode. So that means for our audience that aren't familiar with us for Season 3, in Season 1 and Season 2, how we used to actually roll through things, aside from, of course, asking our guests what makes you the most important, is we have our most important hot takes. Specifically, Harry's hot takes is what we call the bit. And it's something where our guest has a hot take they want to spit to the audience and to us as well as mine and Q's maybe controversial opinion on it. And then as always, we wrap up the episode with how normal things go. So stay strapped in.
That sounds fucking boring.
Every time you interrupt
False.
me,
We're gonna
your
have a
dick gets
blast,
smaller.
dude.
All right, man. Let's
Spirits
get
up,
into it.
spirits up.
Let's get it. Let's get into it. Let's feel better about this. You know, Jake.
What's up, Quentin?
Wait, how are we gonna do this? We just talk about him.
No, it's our normal roll through. I mean, you got the take, bro. Come on.
We're already rocking and rolling here, man.
We're just gonna talk about you, bro.
About me?
Yeah, we're gonna just
Bring
go
it on, dude.
bring it on to you. Tell me, Jake, what'd you do today?
What did I do today?
Yeah,
Went to the gym this morning.
yeah.
Picked up my little bro from school
Mm-hmm.
and did some writing. And played some Call of
Some
Duty,
wri-
man.
Some writing. What did you write?
Writing for a music magazine called No Cover. Shout out No Cover. And we're working on some next articles for May. So just putting together some legwork for the next month, man.
So
Keep a lookout next month, April's edition.
Yeah.
We got some stuff on Web3 and music. I think you'd be very interested in.
Interesting. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
About the mag?
Yeah, about like what is that? How'd you get involved in it?
Yeah. So No Cover's a new music magazine. First edition was January. My buddy Trey Smith reached out to me. They're looking for writers.
Shout out to Trey Smith.
Shout out to the homie. Love. And I'm not necessarily a journalist historically. I'm actually a business guy. But quit the business scene to try to do some interesting shit, some creative shit. And that's led me down some unproductive rabbit holes as well as productive rabbit holes. But this is probably one of the most productive rabbit holes I've been down so far. And now I'm exploring music journalism and what comes with branded media and storytelling.
So what would you say it is that really makes you important, or what's like a big part of your identity?
I like to think of myself as an educator. I love to learn, and I love to talk about the shit that I learn. And there's a lot to learn, dude. So that's kind of part of my life goal right now, is just to learn as much as I can and share shit that I think is relevant. Because just as much as there's a lot to learn, there's a lot of shit that people just don't need to know, you know?
Absolutely. The one question I ask a lot of the kids I coach is, especially when we get towards the off season, the season wraps up, like one thing to take into mind as you start to train and kind of restart the whole season is, one, do you know everything there is to know about the sport or the subject, whatever you're thinking about?
Right.
What don't you know? And you have to go down that rabbit hole to figure that all out. I even saw a question with that related to like DMT. They said before you take it and you go down that rabbit hole, what don't you know about yourself? And that's supposed to make your brain open up. So little tip for my psychedelic people out there. What don't you know?
One day I'd like to ride it.
I have
today,
the thoughts
not
of it,
soon.
but like, I hear like when you do it, your whole goals, you're like certain things change in your life and they don't ever go back. And honestly, I like where my mind's at.
I'm with you.
So Jake, how did you meet Trey?
I've met Trey just being out and about, man. Just the same way everyone else has met him for the most part, through honestly house parties or bars, or I went to OU, so he would DJ down there a bunch of times. But we were just talking shop. We were talking Web3 and music one day, and then he reached out later and was like, "Yo, we're starting a magazine, and we'd like you to write for us." And I was like, "Wow, something new in Cleveland's music related." As you guys know, music has always been my passion on the side for my whole life, but it's never anything I pursued professionally. Now I have an opportunity to try to do that.
You feel like Cleveland's got a good music scene for it?
Absolutely. There's always good musicians. It's just a matter of giving them a platform and an opportunity.
Jake, you're a musician.
I am. Hobbyist musician, yeah.
Why do you say that? I hate you. Listen.
What does that mean?
So it's because I don't record anything. It's really the difference.
Which let me just say for everybody out there, if you don't know, if you're not a musician, if you don't give a fuck about musicians, the musicians that claim to be hobbyists, the musicians that don't necessarily record anything, but do it just because it's something that they love to do, I swear to God, every time, without fail, they are the best musicians that exist. This is how it works. The people that put the most into the craft, seeking no reward from it, are going to get the most benefit out of it every time. That's
exactly what it is.
And
it's a pure way of doing something.
But they also like to talk about themselves as if they're they say things like, "I'm not that good," whatever. It's like somebody who's...
Well, on the spectrum of things, though, like I know what good sounds like, and I'm not at that level of the spectrum.
Right, but
I'm not what I would... If I said, "Hey, you're fucking good at guitar," they're probably much better than me.
Sure, but you also have a very, if I dare say, dignified ear. I think it's the right word for it.
Sure.
I think you have a very classic sense of... By the way, everybody, if you don't know, sorry, I'm just waking up. Not actually.
That's it.
Just from
That's it.
From the fog that I was in.
He got high.
We're here.
From the fog that I was in just a second ago. Anyway, I won't speak about
welcome back.
it.
No, yeah, bro. You definitely sounded real monotone in the beginning. And
Nigga, I was gone for a little bit. I was like...
I warned you.
You did warn me.
You're like, at the beginning, I saw you twirling it
gave
like a
it
pencil.
to me.
I saw you twirling it like a pencil, and I was
yeah,
like,
I was holding on to it.
and I was like, bro, like just take one more second hit, one more 8-second hit, and you'd be done. And
I'd have been sitting facing the wall.
He's like, I'm feeling good, dude. I'm feeling good. It's it's the come down high. Like the first 10 minutes, just like, oh, this is fun, and then it's like, oh,
this is not suitable for work.
Not suitable.
So you're saying weed makes you lazy?
What did Frank Ocean mom say? Lazy, stupid, unconcerned.
That's it.
Lazy, stupid, and unconcerned.
Mama Ocean hit it on
That's
the head,
all
dude.
marijuana does, unless it's prescribed.
And if you ever are smoking marijuana with someone and they call it pot, they're probably a snitch. I hate that term, bro.
I smoke pot.
Anyway, what the fuck was I saying?
God.
Back to the audience.
Y'all getting any pot?
I was addressing all this. We had to. I told Harry to light an incense. We always light incense in here. He put it right on the table. Why? Because I had Harry do it. That's why. Because I had Harry do it. Anyway, I was gonna say we have Jake Steffens here. If you don't know, I did say he's a good friend of mine. I didn't just say that. It was not just a phrase of
That's
speak.
facts.
How far back do you guys go?
Fuck. Like
Sixth grade.
School, 6th grade. Yeah.
6th grade.
You know, it's deep. You know, it's really like one of my brothers. He's very white, but
Super white.
Very real person. And I do love this guy and his entire family.
Love you too, brother.
I'm trying to do something.
Get to your point.
I'm trying to do something here. Okay. But yeah, we're very good friends. For you guys that don't know, so we have a past. We'll go into it. And that's just why I know these things about him. I'm not just researching him or anything. You can't necessarily.
It's not much to research.
Yeah, you can't really find this shit out on Instagram or anything like that. Yeah, go ahead. You're all in the frame. Sorry. This will be good for watching. You see it? You see it. It's okay. Anyway. Yes, but we're talking about you being a musician and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've seen this guy literally teach himself how to play guitar, piano, harmonica.
Wait,
Ish.
the thing is, I didn't know you fucking played harmonica at all.
I mean, like,
Oh, that's
raw,
a
we
though.
good
we were sitting there. This is probably like after freshman year of college,
Yeah.
and Jake's garage was the spot in the summer. Just
Don't blow it up.
it was.
Yeah, you can't blow up the spot.
Don't blow it up. Don't blow
the
the spot up.
He said, bro, don't do me like you did you.
No, bro. If there was like
Come on.
when everybody was just trying to kick it, and it was a summer night,
He's blown up.
real chill. It was like everybody just go. kick it.
405 Longspur Road.
Yeah, there you go.
No, fuck you guys. Anyway, we're sitting there one night smoking, kicking in, chilling, and Piano Man comes on. And for white people, that's a banger. Just like everybody, you can hear all the white people in the crowd stand up and start chanting. It's kind of like what's the song by the Killers that you also see yeah, you can see at Michigan University that whole little crowd went crazy over that.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another one. So anyway, we're listening to Piano Man, and obviously the harmonica solo comes on. And Jake wasn't sitting at the table. He was kind of tucked away in the corner, hidden. But you could see him out the corner of your eye. And as soon as the harmonica solo comes on, it felt like a live performance. And everyone just looks up, and Jake's fucking ripping this thing, dude.
Harry was
I'm
so
high
excited,
as balls.
dude.
I'm like screaming, yo, what the fuck?
My God.
No, yeah. That shit is crazy. I remember being in the garage, like in the upstairs of the garage.
Yeah.
And we'd be talking. We was talking about Kenny Rogers, the gambler. We was like 12 years old.
Yeah, dude.
And like we geek out about music and shit, so I know like that how deep it is for you. I know I've seen your record collection. You know what I mean? I've seen
Remember
you
we
play.
found our samples, went sample hunting, dude?
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, bro, we flipped.
That was an insane experience. Me and Q went to the record store and just
Dude, I don't even remember
thumbing
what
through the
song
dollar
it was
bin
on.
and try to find samples.
It was Tammy Terrell.
It was, yeah. It was like live in
Marvin Gaye.
Switzerland or something.
What's that fucking song called?
I don't know, but we were playing records, right? And I accidentally had it on 45 revolutions per minute, the speed.
Yeah.
I had it sped up, and I put the record on. And I didn't know it was sped up, and it was just magic that came out of the speakers. Dude.
Yeah, we sped it up. It was crazy.
That was insane.
Try to chop it. Wasn't good at chopping.
We just didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
Still not great. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. Just want to go into that.
Dude, yeah.
What the fuck? I don't know what to talk
We're still working on it.
He's just our friend, dude. I don't even know.
We're just homies.
We're just homies and
Are we going to
shit.
share any of our good stories? Or
Homosexuals?
are those not appropriate?
Yeah, I just wanted...
That's not appropriate.
No, we could definitely say whatever the fuck we want, but I just wanted to just give a little context and then, have you connect with some of our creative fans. Because I know we kind of tailor toward that lane. We're not exclusively a podcast about creators, but I mean, we like to think of ourselves as such.
Let's get creative.
And we like people that are like that. We like people that do things. And
I like people that are nice.
I don't like nice people.
There's a line.
I don't like nice people.
Too nice, you can't fucking trust them.
Most of the time, I'm just like, yeah, you're nice, but I don't need nice things.
They got to at least be able to,
know,
shoot the shit and be sarcastic.
I've always
if
imagined
you're nice, you got to be able to give me an insult.
Like people,
yeah.
The personalities I feel like are always based on our sexual organs, right? So let's take for example, you have people that are assholes, you have people that are dicks, you have people that are pussies.
You read this on a popsicle stick,
and you have people
bro.
that are gooches.
What?
So
disgusting popsicle company is this?
I'm an asshole, and the reason I'm an asshole is because there's times where I just fucking stink and it's nothing but shit. But other times it's like, when is a fart never not funny? Farts are funny in certain moments, is here and there, But other times like, oh, that's just shit. Then you have people that are dicks, right? And I don't know for certain people and other people, but when the dick's soft, they're fucking annoying and you just don't want to deal with them. And sometimes they're just a hard, excited dick and it's like, but at the end of the day, they're just a fucking dick. They're annoying. Then you have people that are pussies.
He's monologuing again, Quentin.
2 hours later.
I guess you guys can just put it together how it all works. Quentin, Jake, me, I like to think of us as assholes, and that's why we all get along so well.
For sure.
Did you say that your asshole is your sexual organ? Because that's all I heard.
Did.
I probably
that's all I
that.
heard.
All right, thank you. Yes,
you said that.
Yeah, I did say that.
You got a bussy, boy.
Exposed.
This boy's a bussy. Yo, that thing get wet, I bet.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Forgive me. Us. You want to talk about anything particular? You have a podcast.
Oh yeah.
I brought you up.
Yeah. I got a shout out.
In the Wavy Duder episode, I brought you guys' podcast up.
Oh, word?
Yes. I know you don't listen to our podcast.
Of course I listen. I didn't listen to that one, though.
They all say they fucking listen.
Me.
It's fine.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's okay. But that's the whole thing. We brought you up because Harry had been picking my ear about how I felt about the podcast, how I felt about you guys' podcast.
How do you feel?
How do I feel, everyone?
No, the question is, how did you feel and how do you feel now?
That's Harry, I actually like that's very good, actually.
So how did you feel?
That's special that you
2
did
weeks
that.
ago.
How did I feel 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, maybe more, longer, maybe 3 weeks ago now. Harry was in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay? He was doing some things in Florida with the family. His sister works at iHeart. We've had Sam on the podcast before. There's no video, thank God. That would have been a mess. But there's audio of that. In season 2, we had Sam on. Sam works at iHeart Radio. At some of the iHeart studios down there, which I've been to on my trips to Florida with Harry. So I've seen kind of the studios and shit. They have hurricanes and shit. They had a bunch of equipment that got damaged, shit they needed to upgrade. Mm-hmm. They had shit they could give away, basically. So they had this microphone.
This thing right here?
This microphone, literally that one.
They gave it to you?
Yeah.
Does it work?
Yes, that was a gift from there.
No.
I don't know if Sam wants
it's
to
just
say
a
that.
decoration.
Maybe the cord was not working, but I'd like to make it work if possible.
Yes, it's not work. I couldn't get it to work. Not sure what's wrong with it. I'm not a technician. But anyway.
Feel free to give it a shot afterwards.
If you want to give it a spin. I don't know.
Spit on it.
Whatever. He calls me saying he had acquired this mic. Yo, I got this mic. I'm gonna give it to. I'm gonna call Steffens and Jason, see if they want it.
I actually called you. You didn't answer.
I was like,
and then
what?
I called Quentin.
Yeah, he called me after and said I called them and wanted to see if they wanted it, which is fine and all. I was like, but why did you think that way, right? I was like, nigga, we have a podcast. We use microphones. I was like, why don't you think to use the microphone that you got this fancy microphone from a iHeartRadio.
Right.
Why don't you think to give it to us? I don't understand. Why don't you bring it home? You know, he immediately thought, which says a lot about Harry.
It sure does.
It says a lot about him. In a positive light, obviously. He was looking out for you guys.
Yeah.
He wanted to do something nice. And it wasn't even about being nice. It was his instinct to do that. You know?
I think what he's trying to say is the mics we have now are fucking horrible.
Maybe that's what he was trying to say. I don't know. Maybe that's what he was trying to say.
It's actually a shot.
No, it's like
It was a
it's like seeing your
backhanded
homie
compliment.
that doesn't know how to spit game yet, so he's like stooping a little bit lower. He's going for the sixes, and it's like, bro, like I've been there before. I know what you're doing. My game's a little bit better. Let me give you a little bit of tip here.
Gay. Do you call? Is it homophobic to just be like that's gay? Like if it was gay?
No, you're just pointing something out.
I'm just like,
that's
objectively,
a tan wall.
that was gay.
Yeah, right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing like, not like, oh, that's gay, that's wrong. But like, no, that is gay though. That's what I mean. Okay, just want to clarify. I don't want to offend anybody. But yeah, Harry, that was gay.
Hopefully you're forgiven.
Hopefully. If not, sorry. I had a good run. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, she gives you that didn't necessarily enrage me, but I did. It made me tick somewhere. I was like, dude. I mean, I snapped at him, but it's easy for me to snap at him. I snap at him all the time. I snap at him as a joke. Sometimes it's serious. Sometimes I don't know even. I just do it. But whatever. I started to think. I'm like, dude, you know.
Let it out.
I'm trying to articulate it.
No, don't hold back. You might sound like a dick in the beginning, but like he gets it. Just say it.
In the beginning, I think I started to analyze. I went down this rabbit hole of like, you know, what the fuck, man? You know, they got this fucking podcast. Fuck them, you know?
You were thinking this?
Nah, listen to me. I'm like, they got this podcast. Fuck this, man. They doing the reels, man. Fuck that. He's going to give them the mic. That's fucked up. What's going on? Nobody cares about what I got going on. I've been doing this and trying to do it and all that shit, you know? And initially, you know, you have to confront that because that's real.
No, it's understandable.
It's honest.
It is.
Listen, Erykah Badu is one of my favorite artists of all time, if not the, right? For those that don't know. And she has a quote, and she says, I'm an artist, and I'm sensitive about my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I don't mean to cut you off, but so the one
But you're doing it. Oh, sorry.
I'm doing it. I don't mean to, but I gotta say
what's up?
how you broke it down from what I understood, because I was like, you're just being a little bitter, dude. Granted,
A little bit, but I had valid.
But how he backed it up when he finally, like, it took a few minutes to like gather the thoughts of like, he's like, I'm not mad or anything, like I'm not jealous, but the way is like, I want our friends to have a high level of quality, and there's certain things they look at that's like, fuck, man, like I don't want you guys to wash away the quality of it. We want to be able to benefit. He wants to be able to help you guys, but at the same time, it's like, don't make it look easy, like anyone can do it.
Anyone can do it.
Kind of. Yes, everybody and anybody can do it, and everybody can do it.
But not everyone's built for it.
And I'm not here to say that. I'm not. That's not what it's about. But you asked me about how I felt before. That was 2 weeks ago. Initially, I felt like, oh, you know, and I think this thought had crossed my mind, but I didn't indulge it before. And it was like, you know, there's a lane here, the podcast lane or whatever, in this local market that we're in. And I just felt like, damn, somebody doing it so adjacent to me, like in my circle, basically, you know, we're doing the same thing. And it just like makes it crosses the lane. I just felt like.
No, I get that for sure. And
like
we've had that conversation before.
Exactly.
Being close, and being so adjacent.
Right.
Creatively. Why don't we just try to combine forces in some way, shape, or form?
Right. I mean,
that's always a possibility in the future.
But that's always my thing, and that's all. Yeah. You guys know that behind the scenes. Like,
yeah.
Jason obviously knows that.
Well, what we're doing right now, though, dude, is we're playing in the sand and trying to get better.
And you guys are it's so much different than what we do here, and it's an original idea. Yeah. And especially what I've seen in the later things that you guys have put out, like having Colin come on and guest, like. Yeah. That shit's dope, like, and it is different. It's more informative, and you guys go deeper in the shit that I obviously like. You know, I like Stanley Kubrick and Tarantino and
target audience.
all the music, all the Beatles shit and all that shit, Like, I'm
Yeah.
actually the target audience. Yeah, I'm the target audience.
absolutely.
And it does appeal to me. Which is why I had to sit with that. I had to confront that initial agitation
For sure.
and understand it, and then displace it or like channel it into being like, oh, that was ego flaring up. The agitation was definitely ego. Like, I was, but also you gotta evaluate, why is your ego flaring up? And if I'm being honest, and I'm not confirming or denying this, but I'm saying, I'm processing it as I'm saying. I'm processing it, but perhaps your ego was threatened by that idea of not your podcast or you guys, but like the idea of somebody doing what you did better than you at one point or another, like taking it from you,
or the potential of that happening.
exactly. And
Dude, that's so fucking. That's
idea.
so natural.
Exactly, and
It's so natural.
But I'm an artist.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying I'm more of an artist than anybody else, but I think I am on a certain level of sensitivity where things like that will bother me. And compound with the other bullshit I got going on in my mundane life, But I just feel like, I have to address, and it's only right that I'm honest about it. So where I feel now is I'm here for it. I'm here for everything. Of course, I support you guys. I always have. And I do feel like, would you guys be doing that without us? Probably not. Maybe, eventually. This is what I'll say. Because we're all friends. We know you very well. You and Jason probably would not have made a podcast.
I think I would have.
Maybe.
I think it may have taken me longer. I think seeing you guys do it made me think like, oh, I could totally do it for sure. Just in terms of like getting everything set up, like
we're not millionaires.
Well, for me, it was
But I've always wanted to do a podcast.
You've always had a voice for it. Like one thing we actually talked about even before you created the podcast was like, you have an NPR voice. I don't know if I was talking to Q necessarily about this, but you have like that. I could turn on to the radio, and if somebody was reading me world news and wanted to keep me going for the next hour on the long car drive, I'd listen to your voice.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, for sure though. Like,
it was like
no,
you,
but,
and I think
but
Mike
to your point,
Trevisano the same way. R.I.P.
I always wanted to do a podcast because I like to read books and learn about shit, and I never have anyone to talk about it with.
That's fair.
My friends don't want to hear about what I'm learning in investments or something like that. Right. I wanted an outlet to where I could learn shit, talk about it, therefore learn it even better because I'm applying that knowledge. And that's where the podcast is born from.
It's just passion.
Yeah. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. I just want to hear myself talk.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dude,
I'm just going to say
that's why all our friends
and
us get along.
I want to do
all
that.
The same.
Yeah.
It would be wrong to say that I'm not a narcissist. That's not true. It's not true for me to say that I'm not that. There's a degree of narcissism here. It's holding me together. There's also a God complex. And
yep, that exists.
I don't know.
An egotistical maniac.
And a need or like this sick desire to be a fucking conjoined twin.
I've been getting that vibe from you lately, dude.
Dude, I
really?
just want to take somebody else's head and like, and just like walk around like that. Kind of like, I want to be the guy that's shorter though.
That's not what I want.
So you can carry me. But I have all.
You want to be like a backpack kind of?
But I make like this decisions.
So you just want the free ride?
Yeah, I just want to be like a parasitic, like mind parasite. I want to like control your mind, but like have
mind leech.
Mind leech.
People like, do you guys share the same genitals, the same feet?
Dude, I can feel it. I can feel it.
Everything's the same.
But I can also not. I can choose not to.
Who's pooping?
He's pooping.
He's the pooper.
Or she. I don't discriminate.
Whoever wants to conjoin
me. I just imagine if you and your conjoined twin don't get along, it'd be complete hell.
How much do you think a surgery like that would cost?
To put two people together?
Yeah. But make it look natural.
I just don't think it's possible.
So like maybe we do a bunch of poses. We both jump on a trampoline and we fall randomly. And you take a bunch of pictures to like see
But I don't
like
I don't,
random
I don't,
conjoining. I want it to
don't
look
imagine.
natural.
You're talking about
Yeah.
Well, how I imagined it.
candid twin pics, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you and your twin the same gender?
We don't have to be. That's what I'm saying. Open the. We could take like
So
applications.
what
It's
if
just, I think,
if you glued your twin to your butt and you went that style instead of side to side? What if you went
so
forward
butt to
Like
butt,
back to back,
front,
front to back?
front to back instead of side to side?
and you just shuffle everywhere, just
What's 2 feet? It's just one's head's on one side, the other's on the other.
Just got to get double my waist
Someone's
size.
feet's backwards, someone's
What a
arms
visual.
forward,
Yeah, shopping would be a fucking nightmare.
and one has tits and the other doesn't.
Grandma's got to knit all your sweaters.
That's fucking interesting, man. What?
I'm fucking.
You could
so
maybe
lost.
fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You could maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we're continuing on in the OG style episode to Harry's hot takes, where is a little bit of a hot take what's going on and how we feel about certain things. So, Jake, what's your hot take, man?
My hot take, somewhat related to the pod. I think that film composers, Hans Zimmer, John Williams, should be looped in with the greatest musical mind. They should be looped in with the Kanye's, the Jay-Z's, the Beatles.
Why do you say
I
that?
love that. I love that.
Because
keep going. Why do you say that?
they understand the connection between sound and emotion better than anyone else. I mean, someone like Hans Zimmer has been through 150 movies, and their ability to tell a story without using any lyrics but just sound cues is something you never see in popular music. And they've just done it so many times. And when you're watching a movie, what's the most important part on so
the
many
music
occasions?
that gives me the emotion.
It's the music.
of
That's
climax.
what gives you the chills.
Yeah.
Movie music has given me chills more time than popular.
Oh, for
music.
sure. I have a whole playlist on Spotify with like 100+ songs from movies.
I can
A lot of
confirm
Hans
that. He
Zimmer, a
does
lot
do
of
that.
John
He
Williams,
does that.
a lot of. He's a dude that actually does like. Who does The Lord of the Rings? Oh my God, I'm blanking. Fuck.
I don't know.
I have the dude that
Who
does all
does the score of
the
Lord of
score.
the Rings?
There's like
Or the author?
no, I don't know. Okay, the guy what's the title of that called? Technically, what?
Howard Shore.
Howard Shore. That's what I'm looking for. Howard Shore. That's it. I have Howard Shore on my playlist. Hans Zimmer, John Williams. I have the who did Naruto, because if anybody's watched Naruto,
Yeah.
that playlist makes you want to fucking kill yourself at times. Makes you want to cry into a grave. Other times, it's like I can take on the world.
For
so
sure.
I have a ton of
It's
that.
a great show.
So I think for me though, like that music, I got into it because I found out when you're working out, when you're running, the last thing you need is like a bass drum in the background, because then you pace yourself. Lyrics make you pace yourself. So I originally just got into it to work out, and then I used it to study in college.
It's great for
And
that.
then eventually I'm like, yo, this is great for car drives where I don't know what emotion I'm feeling that day. And I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to listen to rap pop or
Just
something.
put
Like,
on
let me
the
just-
Inception soundtrack. It's like you don't. It's weird to think about, but I'm researching Hans right now, and I did that, and I was like, this is fucking great. Like, why don't people do this more? And why is this so separate from popular music? Like, there's not much crossover in the sounds and the how the music is created. Like, is there room for collaboration there? I don't know, but I've never seen it done.
From every time I've seen it, at least everything in my playlist is one person.
Yeah.
What about Trent Reznor, though? You know, he crossed over pretty successfully in this world.
I'm not familiar with his work all like that.
Trent Reznor of
Trent
Nine Inch Nails.
Reznor?
9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Oh,
Trent
sure.
Reznor.
Why?
from
He
Nine
scores
Inch
movies.
Nails.
He does
The
all
Social
three
Network.
movies now.
Okay.
Social Network, Gone Girl.
Wow. I didn't know.
I did not know that.
Gone Girl.
He's
You
won
learn something new.
Academy Awards now.
I met Trent Reznor.
Is he a Cleveland guy too then?
Yeah,
huh?
he's from Cleveland.
He's technically from Butler, PA, but he
Yeah.
Nine Inch Nails is Cleveland.
Originally,
Yeah.
yeah.
No shit.
I'll have to look into him. Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know he wrote "Hurt," Johnny Cash. That's Trent Reznor's song.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a Nine Inch Nails song.
Yeah. And then they gave it to Johnny Cash.
I knew
when he
you
did the
didn't know. I
remix.
don't know why I knew you didn't
I
know
feel like
that.
of
And
all-
what year did they write it?
It's like,
96, 97.
Something
Hurt
like
came
that.
out that late.
Yeah, and then Rick Rubin
No shit. Okay.
was working
Thank
with
you
Johnny
for that.
Cash, and he was like, "You should." Rick Rubin brought him that song.
94.
Really?
Yeah,
Go.
94.
I would have said that song came out way earlier than 94.
yeah, the lyrics are different. I wear, like Johnny Cash
That's a
says, I
great
wear this
song.
crown of thorns, and Trent Reznor says something else. Johnny changes the lyrics just a little bit.
It's still fucking me. I mean, Johnny Cash doing it, you would have never
Dude,
knew.
no,
That sounds like
I got
fucking,
hip to that
he
song
did
from
that.
a fucking Bionicles commercial when I was like 8, and I was like,
That's
yo, this
sick.
is powerful. Who the fuck is this?
Dude, that video, the Johnny Cash video is like insane to me. Like that gives me chills to this day.
The music video?
The music video for her, the Johnny Cash video.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Sick, dude. He
He died
just
that same year, too. That was
yeah.
the last.
Damn.
Like the last bit.
So
it
that's
was
why
crazy.
that's why they like
Yeah.
think the song was like him talking about his history.
That's what so many
Right,
people
dude.
don't really know that that's his song. That's
You think he'd be a
Nice,
good
nice.
hang? He'd have to be a good hang, dude.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Man,
He'd be just a wise old chiller by that time.
man,
With
we'd
some
be
stories
fucking.
to tell.
I don't know, man. I couldn't hang out with Johnny Cash. He had me dead.
He was pretty racist.
Yeah.
It was racist.
I could see that.
Entirely. I don't want to say that. You know, but I wouldn't be entirely surprised. I don't know. He said Indian a lot.
He's a racist. That's it.
That's it. That's the telltale.
That's
That's
it.
fucked, man.
The Indians.
Yeah, can y'all would white people be upset if like Snoop Dogg was racist?
If he was like, if he hated white people,
If he just like did not, he was fuck crackers and shit.
yeah, I'd be a little upset.
I
too.
mean,
I
like-
love Snoop Dogg.
Like,
Yeah,
bro,
like that would hurt, right?
Yeah,
So I don't know if I can accept certain white people being racist. Like, don't tell me if they was like, you know what I'm saying?
like, I mean, obviously
George Bush,
Morgan Wallen.
that nigga cool, bro. I don't care what nobody say, bro.
who? Morgan Wallen,
No, George W.
George W.
Morgan Wallen. Don't have me talking about that nigga again, man. He probably is cool, but
You don't like him?
listen, man. I feel like he one of them. He get drunk, and he don't give a fuck no
Yeah,
more.
for
Like
sure.
go out the window. He can't hold up the act no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I could see that. For
So it's
sure.
an act. You know, George
I'm
Bush
with you.
though. George Bush loves niggas. Kanye was tripping, bro. Yeah, he was a bad president. America don't love niggas. Kanye.
How was your boy lately? I don't know if you want to talk about it.
Yay?
Yeah.
I feel like Ye, he on the up.
I think he is too, dude.
He on the up again. Harry predicted this.
Dude, it's a flash in the pan. You guys know the media cycles are like 2
Yeah.
weeks long. People fucking forget about
I
shit.
really thought though. I mean, he had it looking bleak with the Hitler shit. I was like, man.
Yeah.
But then everybody's like,
That's like his brand now, though. Dude.
No.
They just don't take it seriously.
right, you get further away from it and niggas like today, niggas like, yeah, Hitler wasn't that bad. Like, niggas are saying that. They like, bro, like, Genghis Khan, bro. They on that now.
Norm Macdonald said, decorated World War I
Yeah.
veteran, Time Magazine Man of the Year,
I mean,
loved his country in a homestead. He sounds like killed the Jews.
R.I.P. Norm Macdonald. What a fucking
straight
go.
up.
he was the man. Yeah, bro. Like, niggas, they ain't
There's a
tripping about
freaking
that
South
shit.
African, there's a South African, fuck, I don't know what his position is, but his name's literally something Adolf Hitler. Look it up. There's a South African politician. His name is something
His
Adolf
parents
Hitler.
were dicks, not assholes.
Yeah, thank you.
you
Explain
still
perfectly.
you still bussied out. I don't hear that shit. Anyway,
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like this is we were talking about the Nazi thing with Chimmy last. Like, there's certain
She was on his
labels that
ass.
become associated.
Chimmy was on Harry's ass, bro. Like about the women shit.
Harry is. It's a.
You got attacked?
In the country of Namibia.
Namibia.
He's named after Adolf Hitler. You know, I don't know.
Does he have a sick stash?
It's a black guy.
It's a black dude.
It's a black guy. And Nazis are still
Dude.
alive.
Oh, he don't look like
Argentina.
Hitler. What if Hitler reincarnated into that nigga? Yo, he look like the dad of Family Matters.
That's
What
it.
if Hitler? What if Hitler's still alive in Argentina?
Why Argentina?
I mean, did you ever hear about? They said like Hitler hopped in a submarine with the Nazis. They took off to Argentina and South America. You never heard like that fucking speculation?
That can't be true.
They went Hitler, or not Hitler, but like Nazis definitely went to Argentina.
Oh, 100%. It's out there, dude. There's little fucking villages of that
Does that
shit,
scare
bro.
you?
No,
No.
no.
The boogeyman's
I
still
just
out
would never
there.
go.
That's fucked up. You can't even say the boogie, man. That's fucking
That's
crazy.
fucked up. It's like telling Quentin, do you want to go back to a country do you want to go to a country that still has slavery? Do you want to go check it out? And it's like, no. You
No,
wanna go
but I
to
play with the
that'd be
idea.
fun.
Hot take. Here's my hot take. I play with the idea of segregation on the regular, and I have a white girlfriend. I don't want to alarm her or nobody. I love you.
Who are you to speak on segregation if you have a white girlfriend then?
No, I'm just saying. I play with the idea. Like, damn, wouldn't that be like, wouldn't it be wild if like they never like reverse that shit. It was always like that. And Atlanta was just like this hub. I literally have made a cartoon idea. It's in the works, but I have a cartoon idea around this premise. Like, it's obviously twisted and different in the cartoon, but just like if that should never happen, if you never desegregated or integrated, I mean, you know.
So what, like MLK doesn't exist, or like his
What?
words
So like
don't
we're
get
still, so
through?
we'd still be segregated? You mean?
Like, what if MLK was fighting for segregation, and
Oh,
that
wow.
would have saved his life? It was the.
Would it though?
Maybe this. Hear
He
me out.
definitely could
Hear
have
me
gotten
out.
assassinated stuff.
Because listen. The U.S. government didn't give a fuck about black people being black people away from them. They was like, we kind of need them. We need the black dollar and shit. We could beat up on them and shit and make it harder for them. But
These are your
like,
words.
we could leave them alive, right? They was fine. They couldn't eradicate all the black people. But like, if MLK was like, yo, I have a dream that niggas will only fuck niggas and white crackers will only fuck white crackers and shit. I don't think Lyndon B. Johnson would have killed him. I said that shit.
You don't
out
think the
loud.
FBI would?
God
You don't think the
damn.
FBI would have killed MLK?
Huh?
You don't think the FBI would have killed MLK?
No, I think that was a direct order from the chief in charge. I think that Lyndon B. Johnson put that hit out on him
Really?
for sure.
So like, what happens nowadays if I get caught fucking a black girl?
Like today,
Okay.
it's nothing would happen. Like let's say that shit still gets progressive eventually. Like in the 2020s, it's progressive. You can really do whatever you want, and it's integrated. But you had a history of
There's just much more ingrained in
segregation.
culture
So
now.
it's super like Atlanta is hub black. Like the
It's like
east side of Cleveland is like
2023 would be like 1963. Would feel like.
would you be
in terms
afraid?
of
Would you be
progression.
afraid?
No,
to-
let's say that it fucking moves the same way. So like today, everything today could happen.
Would you be afraid
You know?
to go to these all white cities?
What's an all-white city?
Salt Lake City.
Would that be?
Okay.
Salt Lake City,
Bang.
bro.
Perfect. That's say
I'm
less.
still afraid.
Dude,
I'm afraid already.
I
Like I
wanna
don't know
go
what you
on-
mean. Like yes,
Salt Lake
I
City.
don't want to
bro,
go on the
just-
Mormons'
It's
hood.
not
dude.
it.
But
No,
I think-
yo, dude, like Salt Lake City's 83% white. Like it is.
They got multiple wives and shit. Can't drink.
But like
Sounds
what
like
would happen?
trouble.
What would have
Probably
happened
a
for the
little
black
racist
communities?
city.
They would have been able to do their own thing more and thrive more because they
So
would have had
Did-
more generations.
Did the government
of being,
still create ghettos
community.
to keep black people fenced in, or like just did white people not have that large of a handle to segregate it?
No, it was almost like they started to relinquish territories, or like the blacks started to
Where they actually
occupy territories, and they like became official black cities. Like Atlanta's official black, joint. Like
you guys claim
Baltimore is
Chicago?
official black joint. Yeah,
Do you claim St. Louis?
yeah. All the nigga
You know
cities.
what I'm hearing.
Compton.
You know what I'm hearing.
Sprinkle some other shit.
Cleveland.
Ferguson.
Can you just name cities? Can you just go get a city that's like not like I'm
Like
thinking like go
claim?
grab like a
Just
nice
like-
small town in Florida. Like to me
How
I'm like,
big
yo,
was
you're
the
just
city
going
gotta
after
be?
the fucked up metropolitan cities. I would not want to claim St. Louis.
Yeah,
I
no,
would
maybe.
not want to claim fucking
No, I'm just saying, like, wherever that's where they was going anyway. It was migrating to them places anyway,
what
I'm
part.
just saying.
Well, if we
That's- it's
if we
all
segregated the country, would the black people rule the South, the West Coast, or the North?
The West Coast.
Probably the West Coast. Yeah.
Okay.
Or the South. No, probably not the South. I feel like the whites in the
Asians
South
get
is stronger.
Then
California.
you have the
Seattle and
hillbillies in
Oregon.
the South. And
Yeah,
then
they
you'd
bigger.
have the Midwesterns who drink Bush Light up north.
PBR.
Once you get too north, you get into
Absolutely not.
the ranchers. They can be their own people.
Where another hot take on the race topic, since we talk about race like every fucking episode. Yeah, because I guess race relationships is like, as a society, it's like one of the biggest things we need to tackle. Like, it's getting hotter. It's getting to one of like that point where you kind of gotta like, this problem is getting out of hand. This
Sometimes you like to
leak is
poke-
getting serious.
I feel like people just like to
You know,
poke the
it's-
bear, though. I enjoy poking the bear of racism.
Of course, I
The
think you
brown
cannot
bear, the black
eradicate.
bear, and the white bear.
Racism has a place in the world. If it didn't, I don't think it would be here at all. And the place, I think, is comedy.
I think.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's
I
like,
think just keep it alive for language's sake, or for comedic use.
so what's the hot take like?
Oh, we saw that article about San Francisco proposing reparations. $5 million in reparations to black residents of San Francisco. I just thought it was interesting. $5 million is a lot of money.
That's a ton of money.
Tell you what, you'll never see me again. My black ass. You want to get rid of me?
You
Give
could
me $5
easily-
million.
But you easily live off $5 million for the rest
But
of
you
your
have to
life.
stay in San Francisco. San Francisco,
They
$5
say
million.
you have to stay there.
San
I don't know
Francisco,
about that.
$5 million.
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess
No, I'd be
yeah,
like,
It was
I don't
just
even
a-
know
it
how-
was a
is
proposed
that's
draft.
Like super true or no?
They said the financial feasibility of it wasn't in that document, so that hasn't been addressed formally.
It can't be feasible.
For sure, I think it would be super irresponsible to shell out You give me $5 million today, I can't say I would be here tomorrow alive.
Facts.
So I asked my dad, do black people deserve reparations? He goes, I look at it like this. Like my family gets offered reparations for the Holocaust. I lost grandparents in it, blah, blah, blah. But my dad doesn't accept it. He thinks it's blood money. But I asked him, should black people get reparations? And he put it like, the Holocaust, granted, killed millions of Jews and was over the course of 6 years. Slavery was a century good too, almost. And damn near, there's no specific number, but I would assume about 1 million slaves died, either as a slave or got murdered. Things like that nature. So do I believe reparations should be a thing? Absolutely. Now, how you put a dollar sign on that,
Right.
that's the government.
That's the hard part.
Like Germany put a dollar sign, and my dad's like, I don't want your money. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Is it my taxpayer money?
I hope so.
$5 million.
We need to get the Jews back. What? I say, hey, every nigga that's winning, give me something off the top. Everybody that's winning.
Spread the love, dude.
The whites, the Jews, Indians, you know how it is. We know the difference between black and Indian. Ain't that crazy? It could be a man browner than me.
And you know.
You know he is not black. It's because it's cologne. The good curry. This is racist as fuck. We're going to get
The good
all types of trouble.
Whatever works.
Um,
My hot take,
yeah, let me
it's
hear
not too much. I feel like I actually have more of an agreement among our audience. Is actually the Surgeon General, Vivek Murthy. I'm probably butchering the fuck out of that last name. He was a U.S. Surgeon General under Obama, Trump, and Biden, and he actually came out on maybe CNN or something like that towards the end of January, and he's trying to push and advocate for something that was like basically nobody 13 and below should be on social media whatsoever. It is detrimental to health. It affects their loneliness, and it's basically a brain dump of dopamine. And what it's going to do, because it hasn't been around long enough, is going to be super detrimental and just affect the youth of tomorrow. And we haven't seen the consequences yet. But we're talking more loneliness, more people tied to the internet, mindlessly scrolling, conversation that has no meaning because it's all across the internet and text.
well, wouldn't that be proof of what, like it having an effect? already?
Yeah, but so they've actually come out with studies like how it affects the brain, but also like there's benefits. Like people on social media, there's certain parts of their brain that activates. That's good for them.
Yeah.
But they're
There's
trying to find long-term effects. Like
Yeah.
how is it affecting a kid who's on social media from 7 to 18? How is it affecting, your frontal lobe fully develops at 25.
Yeah.
How is their thinking when they're 25 to 30? Social media hasn't been around that long.
Mhm.
So it's like we're kind of the fucking test subjects.
I mean, I could imagine the relationship that would develop if I had TikTok at like 6 years old. Like you become very dependent on that dopamine hit your whole life, and getting attached at a young age like that would have to have detrimental effects. However, social media definitely has its uses, and there's definitely good ways to use it, but people just don't do that. And especially if you're young, you just would not care at all.
I'll never forget I didn't even have a touchscreen phone at the time. What was it, Dare Touch I'm thinking of maybe? But yeah, I had one of those little flip phones still, and I'll never forget there's this kid that's like 5 years below me playing on the playground, and he's playing with his AI fucking dog, and I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, this younger kid has a nicer fucking phone than me?
What was it, like Tamagotchi?
No, you're just like a talking dog. It's a little bit of an advanced thing on a Droid or fucking Dare Touch, whatever.
Oh, sure.
But I was like, damn, bro, like technology's advancing. These younger kids have all this shit. I don't even know what this is. Like, what's going to happen? And I remember thinking about that for a little bit. And nowadays, it's like, oh shit, man, I see fucking 7, 8-year-olds with iPhones. Nicer iPhones than mine. The brand new one.
You know what I hate seeing, dude? Kids in restaurants just with big-ass headphones on and their iPads, and they're still fucking screaming.
Probably autistic.
They're not autistic. Come on. I'm biting my tongue.
Shit, dude. They could be.
It could be. That's a thing, dude, you know?
He was looking at me in
Overstimulation
my
shit.
eyes. That's not autistic. It's not.
Never look a dog in his eyes.
Y'all are horrible. Were burgers coming out of his ass?
No, Harry. He was too busy playing fucking Angry Birds.
This is so reminiscent of the first season of the show, where we just let everything rip because we weren't on camera, and I didn't have a steady job.
This is fun.
Oh. We're holding back a little bit, though.
A little bit. We got to.
Yeah.
We got to.
I let it rip in the beginning when I was introducing you. I was like, give me Harry.
To dive back to. Yeah, it was. You were in a. Yeah, all right.
I'm just matching your love.
We're assholes, man. Just a little bit more shit on this one.
Jake, you got any questions for us?
Yeah, I do. What's We Important look like in 5 years?
Ooh, I'm so glad you didn't ask. How did you guys come up with the idea?
For the podcast?
Yeah.
So
Talking a little bit of shit. Good question though. 5 years to me.
That's really far. What about 3? 5 is far.
There's a stripper sitting butt naked on Q's couch watching us film it.
Mm-hmm. That's the only difference?
I don't know. Like, I do this because it's fun. I don't really, like, think about any monetary value or, like, a certain audience or certain followers. Like, I truly enjoy recording this podcast with the Otis.
Some dream guests on by then?
I mean, like, right now we're shooting for Cleveland, of course. I would hope we'd like to expand to Ohio, maybe Midwest, East Coast. I don't have any specific guest on
How
mind.
fucking sick would that be if you got Cuddy on here, dude? That's not completely
Scott,
outlandish.
No, so
come
great,
on the show.
but, like,
For real.
not that...
Glenn Infante, come on the show. Harry won't let me hit you up. So you have to watch
I told you
this.
you could pull the trigger. Bobby told you you could pull the trigger too. Bobby offered you off camera and goes, "You want me to give him a call right now?"
I know. I was shy. Glenn, I'm shy. Anyway, you know Glenn Infante?
Mm-mm.
Trey probably knows him.
Mm-hmm.
You know Ilty? The Ilty
Yeah.
man? You know this is from Ilty. That Glenn is in
This hat?
yeah. Glenn gave us Ilty.
Q's a big fan.
Big fan.
He's
You're
a good.
big fan of LT?
Big fan of Glenn.
Oh.
And Ilty, yes, of course.
Cool. I don't know shit about fashion, man.
What's
out
the
of my
podcast
wheelhouse.
look like to you, man?
In 3 to 5 years,
Yeah,
the podcast look like to me.
a fruit bowl.
You know, I don't really know. I kind of feel similarly. This is a project that has definitely taken on a life of its own.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is another reason why I just feel I feel such a way about it because it is so natural. And we never had to try to do anything. And I think there's certain points along the way where we thought we had to, and we realized that it wasn't right for us, and we changed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how we even got here again, to be able to have such another like honest, like kind of stripped down episode.
Like the goals,
You know, having
to
a friend.
of course
on.
have people that want to listen, but we're not like shifting or changing who we are to appeal to a target audience
100%.
either.
Yeah,
Of course, we have like what we want to talk about, the layout of the show, but you know, there's never like, oh, I want 100,000 listeners, I want 1,000 subscribers. It's just continue to make content that we enjoy to create. As soon as it's not fun anymore, we stop doing it.
yeah.
That's where the best content comes from, I think. If you try to start devising skits and
Or
segments
strategy
around
or
people
whatever.
that, like how do we reach the most amount of people,
Mhm.
then you lose the shine completely. And then
Right.
it's no longer an authentic show. It's just
Quentin loves to shine.
another podcast.
See this fucking head?
Real subtle
yeah.
racist joke.
That was fucked up. But yeah, and there's so many other projects that I do want to, that are in the works.
Yes.
You know, around this, that are eventually going to take up the bulk of my time. And I don't know.
It's Sherbert. It's a big thing. We're going to give you a little heads up. Just pay attention to when Sherbert drops. That's going to be big for us.
Sherbert?
Sherbert.
Sherbert.
And
You gotta
Quentin and
just-
Whiteface.
A lot of shit like that. A lot of shit. A lot of wild shit.
Dude.
Where we take, because I hear about the podcast. Because you guys asked me for feedback and shit before.
Yeah. Feedback
give
from
you-
everybody.
I give you feedback.
Yeah.
I give you feedback. I tell you how, I keep it real. I'll tell you how I feel. But I give you constructive criticism. And then just some criticism to go with it. Because that's fun. What was I about to say?
I don't know. I don't have your thoughts.
I had a thought that's gone as well.
That's
I
what you
love
guys
when that
got.
happens.
Well, shit. Without shit in the bed and you guys sucking any worse, we got my favorite segment of the show. The most important words to live by. This is kind of Jake's fortune cookie on what he would tell his younger self.
Oh, okay. Shit.
To all the young Jakes out there that are about to embark on the same fabulous journey that you are, what advice would you give him, out there? Them.
Maybe it's them.
Maybe it's them. It's probably them.
They.
It's probably they.
Read more books and have more sex. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Like how we didn't say have more sex with women. Staying open-minded.
Staying open-minded.
We love that. We love inclusivity.
Cliffhanger.
That's it. But yeah, what?
I bet they would love it.
A lot of shit. So what?
What about
What's
you?
next for you, dude? Like,
Oof.
How can people get in contact with you social
What do you
media-wise?
got?
What's going on with
So-
Wit and Wisdom?
what's going on with
How
no
can people
cover?
tap in?
Yeah. So no cover is one of my primary focus. I'd like to build that. I have a big role in building that brand out and the magazine out. Wit and Wisdom, obviously, I'd like to keep growing that and probably start to branch off. I've realized that I love projects. So I want to find a way to incorporate as many creative projects into my life as possible and kind of just expanding my footprint, which is just going to take time, dude. So you got to build. I want to start a consultancy firm for creative consulting, but that's going to take a lot of years of building experience, credibility, getting a sharper toolkit. But that's the plan for right now. And just keep going on the projects I have now.
With the current things you're doing, how can people get in touch? How can they tap in and keep up?
Follow Wit and Wisdom on
Heard 'em.
Instagram. Follow Jake Steffens on Instagram. Follow No Cover on Instagram. All news. That's it.
And make sure, as always, to subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, any other things, make sure you follow. Tune in to our podcast dropping weekly right now for season 3. We try to always aim for Friday and Saturdays. But stay important, people. Stay important, wee-wees. Thank you so much.
Allow yourself to gain wisdom or to acknowledge the wisdom that is right there in your peers. Look to your left, look to your right. And allow them to be wise to you.
Have some
know?
wittiness.
That's
right?
it.
Allow them to give you gems. Allow them to be your teachers as well. It's not just about you, and this older person with credibility or that older person with credibility, but the people around you.
Preach that, dude. 100%.
That's huge, and that's something that I'm learning in real time, and that's all I gotta say, kids.
We're getting better every day.
That's it. That is really it.
Getting better. GBED.
Oh,
Fuck.
God.
What would
We
Jeebus do?
I'm dyslexic.
What would Jeebus do?
Anyway, Jay, close us out.
What? Koi.
Where you been, darling, darling? Where you been, darling, darling? Where you been, darling? We've been holding this moment for you. Where you been, darling, darling? Where you been, darling, darling? Where you been, darling? We've been holding this moment for you. I told you your dreams would come true. I told you your dreams would come true. I told you your dreams would come true. I told you your